Hello, 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 good morning, and welcome. You are on the mountain with Rick, and it is time to get down to some fun on Sunday. But first, my coffee cup is empty, and I need to fix that. Also need to get this out of the way. Up there. Totally disorganized. Starting the stream late. We're off to a great fucking start, aren't we? I love it. Let me hop my ass up in the Discord chat as well, in case there is anybody who would like to join. We are now in Roundtable Voice. We now have some volume on Roundtable Voice. Why am I currently muted? Unmute. There we go. And can you hear me? No, you... Okay, yes you can. Only on the camera, which means no, not really. Why in the fuck? Hey, audio. Must be mic. No, that is not the right one. That's the right one. Okay, mic check 1, 2. Beautiful. Let's turn that down then. Alrighty. Mic check 1, 2. Mic check 1, 2. New hoodie. What y'all think? I fucking love it. It is appropriately sized. That is to say, 4X. Actually, I think this one might even be 5. And I didn't notice it whenever I got it. Maybe y'all can see that logo there. You know, fuck it. I'll just do this one here. There you go. See that logo? See that logo? Yeah, my hoodie's a motherfucking mountain. What? Didn't even know that shit when I got it. I just saw the size and the pattern and I was like, alright, yeah, that's the one I'm taking. Some damn good coffee right there. Alright. So, I am wondering, and I'm actually talking to one of my former DMs currently. We are, I'm not sure whether I want to allow this or not. There's a player wanting to do an aquatic race in my game. And I don't really love that idea. We are not on the water side of the world. And there's really no method of safe passage. Nor actual reason for them to be on that side of the world. Particularly not in motherfucking caves. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Headache and a half. Like, fuck. Most people would jump at the opportunity to play a Minotaur. That's why I put it out there as an incentive. But it's whatever. He's all good. Okay, we got NFT Battle Miners working. We got Terracore not ready to claim yet. And already used our attacks. But starting to get a decent amount. We should go ahead and drop that into the pools. Alright, we are already working on Rising Star. Fantastic. We are currently in jail on Crid. That's fine. We'll get that in a couple of minutes. Alright, we got 5 minutes left on you. We actually got some fucking SFL from our daily today on Sunflower Land. That was kind of cool. Hadn't really seen that one before.
And alright, let's check. I think we've actually got everything that we can do here. Okay, we need 120 eggplants and 30 cabbages. Cabbage, cabbage, cabbage. Alright, there we go. Stop. Duh. Goblins. Alright, got some cabbages planted. Let's go ahead and pop on over to the Pumpkin Plaza, turn in some of these deliveries. Doesn't matter which one. Actually, should have probably gone to one a little less. Oh, listen to that shit. I don't want to listen to it. Okay. Who do we need to see first? We got Finley. Oh, Finley's at the beach. Okay. So we got Pumpkin Pete right there. Fantastic. We got Grubnuck. I think he's over there. Betty is up there. Grim Tooth is over there. And Raven. Alright. Pumpkin Pete. Let's knock you out first. I've been waiting for you, my friend. Did you have my order ready? Pumpkin Seeds of Joy. What a fucking phrase right there. Deliver. What do you need next? You got nothing left. Alright, well, I guess I have no further use for you at the moment then. Alright, there's Grubnuck. There's Grimtooth. No active order. Alright, Grubnuck. Your turn. State your purpose. I'm bringing you the shit you asked for, motherfucker. How's that for purpose? The fuck I don't? Oh, damn it. Did I not fucking claim... You son of a fucking bitch, Nugget. Alright, whatevs. Alright, we got Betty and Raven. Alright, what do you got next? No order. You've been waiting to see if I brought the ingredients you requested when you're not even going to request shit. Oh, hey, look at that. Then you come up with a request real quick, and I already got it. Love it. I guess I should check with the other two on the way out as well. Hop up in here. Go drop off some shit to Raven. What? I had everything. Oh, now I'm fucking shy. Arg. Actually, fuck it. I don't need to go back down. We're just gonna go back home. I'm just gonna say fuck it. We'll just wait. We'll just wait. All right. Birthday o'clock. Okay, nothing going there, nothing going there. Ain't nobody in the chat yet. Alright, alright. Should be out of jail now. Let's head back to Crid. Keep stealing that money from the water fountain. All them wishes. Just like prayers, they ain't coming true. Looks like... Don't think we're gonna have Kevin. Alright, it's cool. It's cool. Let's look into this Machiavellic a little bit more.
For several centuries, humanity lived in an era of unprecedented happiness and prosperity. Human civilization went beyond the limitations of Earth and established lucrative colonies on the planets of the solar system and throughout the galaxy. Multiple alien races fell before the might of human weapons. Alien planets were turned into giant factories producing ridiculous wealth for their human masters. These riches blinded humans, and we forgot the history of the empires that existed on Earth in the past. When all external enemies are annihilated or conquered, society begins to rot from within. The cancer of empty ambitions and self-indulgence spread faster than the speed of light. The world order, which had been built over centuries, collapsed as suddenly as the Tower of Babel. Once united and glorious human society split apart into separate tribes, each hating the others for their differing views and opinions. Factions of technological oligarchs, corporate monsters, super-intelligent neuronets, eco-naturalists, and self-proclaimed prophets compete with one another for influence over the minds and wealth of the common people. Their violent clashes seed misery and destruction on a massive scale. Disagreements over trivial topics trigger global wars. The United World Government is too corrupt and ineffective to cope. People live in fear that every new conflict will be the last. Unbelievable technologies which once produced such wealth are now turned into weapons of unimaginable power and bury millions under the ashes of radioactive fall. Several messiahs make futile attempts to lead people to salvation. But when all such prophets fail, hope arises from a most unexpected place. A new enemy appears on the distant planet, Ozark. The enemy possesses the knowledge to bend space and time to harness the energy that makes the universe expand. Each faction wants such great power for itself, but none of them can reach Ozar individually. The planet is located too far across the universe. The path to it lays through treacherous clouds of asteroids and black holes. The only way to reach Ozzer is if all the factions cooperate with one another. So they commission a single space mission to Ozar by combining all of their resources. Disagreements between factions are put aside but not forgotten. Harsh competition continues behind the scenes. The people of Earth are relieved that the unstoppable energy of human destructiveness has a new focus away from Earth. But for how long? If one faction gains control of the new source of power first, no one knows what it will do to the other factions and to human civilization in general.
Bullshit, no one knows. Everyone knows exactly what the fuck is gonna happen. They're gonna wipe the rest of them out. Like, I like the concept. The conceit is cool. And, I mean, the visuals are pretty awesome. My first question on that end is, will it potato? But more importantly than that, the biggest kind of thing that I want... They said that the world split into two factions. Bullshit. Humans will never be two factions. We will never get along well enough for there to only be one dividing factor.
This perilous journey to Ozzer will challenge us all, but it's also an opportunity to forge a new path, to rise above our destructive tendencies and unite against a common foe. We embark on this cosmic odyssey not as separate factions, but as a single mighty force. Beware, for betrayal and treachery still lurk in the shadows, and the true intentions of each faction remain shrouded in mystery. Will we triumph together or descend further into chaos? The future of human civilization hangs in the balance. Remember, in this grand game of deception and power, only the cunning and vigilant shall emerge victorious. The cosmic stage is set, and I, Leopold Winchester, dare you to seize your destiny.
There's some potential. I mean, it's a pretty cool story. I don't know what the actual game is, but that's what we're here to check out, right? Write your own story. Immerse yourself in an epic war on the soil of an alien planet. Forge your legacy and immortalize yourself in the etchings of Ozar's history and culture. Will you be the terror of the wilds, pillaging and fighting? The heralded crafter of Ozar, bringing the hurt with your empowering weapons of cruel destruction? Empowering weapons of cruel destruction. That is just an awkward phrase. Or perhaps you are the master of trade, the merchant with everything the planet has to offer, and more. Okay, so customizable characters, that's cool. Equip a wide array of armor classes. From small, light, and agile to huge, slow but powerful. So I'm guessing that's like... anything from armored suits to mechs. Skills, abilities, and playstyles are determined by the gear and tools you choose. Swap them around to create your own diverse setup. Machiavellic will never punish you for the choices you make. Maybe not directly. Skills, abilities, and playstyles are determined by the gear and tools you use. Swap them around to create your own diverse setup. Don't like something? Trade it for another piece of gear and try out hundreds of setups. Don't like your skill tree setup? It happens to the best of us. Reset that and build again. Okay. 1,000+ weapons, 1,000+ armors, 1,000+ trainable skills and profitable professions. Wow. 1,000+ unique abilities and skill trees, 1,000+ resources to mine. Whoa. Okay. That's fucking huge. Total freedom of play. Become a celebrated legend in a violent and epic saga. Machiavellic is an open sandbox MMO where you can explore an exciting and perilous player versus element environment. Venture into the Scourge Land, violently build your destiny, conquer foreign territories, and impose your laws on foes and enemies. Grow powerful, build your empire. Whether you do that with force trade or plunder is up to you. Explore and find powerful artifacts, mine and gather valuable resources, clear epic instances with your friends, make enemies, conquer and plunder, trade and enforce profits, stand and defend what is yours. In Machiavellic, you can live your wildest adventure with real money on the table. Build your tribe and amass your treasures together and defend it from others who will try and take it from you. I love the fact that this is tied in with Cardano. I've been wanting to fuck with Cardano for a good while. Eight rival fractions. I thought he said 2 at first. And then it was like 5. So what's up with this 8? I don't know. Anyways, I guess that shows me that I was right in saying that there's no fucking way it was 2. Right? Right. Right, quite right. You bloody well right. You got the bloody right to say better stop before I get copyright struck, right? To integrate more closely with the lore of Machiavellic and to add an extra layer of interaction, community building, and fun, each shape will have choice and faction to associate it with. Okay. Okay, so we definitely got stake pools for these games. I dig that. Y'all might know I'm a little bit of a fan of stake pools. We're definitely not going to be a pure patriot. I'm just not even considering. Violence is the universal language that everyone understands. Pain is a final argument in any dispute. Invoke enough suffering on your foe, and he will beg you to accept his friendship. I mean, I don't hate it. Witnesses of the Singularity. I'm drawn to that just by title. Devoted to transcending the limits of the possible so that we can achieve the singularity within a lifetime. We praise rapid technological growth at all costs and burn heretics who slow it down. Ooh. Ooh, these are the ones building Rocco's Basilisk. I like that. Alright. What is this one? Dataism. We are born blind and ignorant. And most of us stay that way for life. Unable to grasp the meaning of existence, but there is a path to salvation. Mainnet an algorithm so powerful it can process all the data in the universe. Interesting. I think we're still leaning singularity. Naturalists, okay. Nature is the source of life and death, the foundation of laser beams and atom bombs. It empowers us to spill red blood in the name of green grass. I like the fact that one of their pools is called Sagan. I don't hate it. It's probably second choice so far. Pushers and movers. There is only one permanent law in the universe. Money governs everything. While two tribes are engaged in a war, sell weapons to each and rule over both. I like that. And I like the staking pools. That's probably my new second. My problem with that is I don't have the money. This sounds like this is the pay to win click. And I honestly, I want to be on that one because I can't afford to pay to win. So
Life is too short to waste on anything other than self-indulgence and celebration. Everything is holy as long as it gives you pleasure. Lust, gluttony, and sloth are not deadly sins, but ideals to live for.
Okay, humanity. Okay, definitely not fucking with this one. Cyber-enhanced humans are on a path to dominate the future. Install a computer chip into a slow brain. Replace weak arms with titanium prostheses, or embrace becoming superhuman. Alright. Outlaw troopers. Renegades from United World Government. Outlaw troopers embrace chaos. Oh, sold. Once enforcers, now rebels, thriving in the shadows of crime. Oh, and we don't know what their stake pools are. Dun dun dun! The Architects of Metallic Civilization, Mecha World faction arose from the ashes of human folly. Stranded in a desolate earth, their steel hearts pulsate with purpose. Once pawns, now architects, some strive to resurrect nature, others wield power. Okay, it's kind of cool there. Let's learn a little bit more before we make any decisions, though. Techno-feudalism. For several centuries, humanity lived in an era of unprecedented happiness and prosperity. Human civilization went beyond the limitations of Earth and established lucrative colonies on the planets of the solar system and throughout the galaxy. Multiple alien races fell before the might of human weapons. Again, that's another one I just don't believe. When we run into / come across / in some other way meet aliens, we are not going to be the technologically superior race. Like, that's just something I want people to understand, because very few people actually seem to. We are not going to be the technologically superior race when we come across any form of alien species. I suppose with this story it is set far enough in the future and we are an off-world species. If we're meeting them on their home planet, then it could be that we are. Probably would be if we're meeting them on their home planet. But at the moment, within the next, to be safe, within the next 50 years, if we meet any extraterrestrial race within the next 50 years, we're going to be the ones on the verge of destruction. Potentially, at least. Okay, so this is literally word for word what he read. Okay. There can be no peace. Join the Sons of Mainnet. Why stay on an overcrowded and polluted Earth anyway? Everything here belongs to a dozen of nuclear warlords and techno-oligarchs. Your only prospect is to die in poverty or as a slave dog, or to dissolve in the dark matter, steadily consuming the planet as a result of failed scientific experiments of the past. Okay. So Earth is dying, but still maintains a human population. And is somewhat dystopian. Got it? seeking new recruits for exciting service in the expedition to exotic planet Azar. This is your chance to travel across the universe and have a blast with the deadliest weapons mankind has ever been able to dream up. Join the faction you like and contribute your skills and talents to reach your faction's noble goals. Other worlds are waiting for you to conquer them. Spread your glory and pride of our past civilization to other life forms and get rich along the way. Capture their precious resources and make them work for the advantage of humanity. Don't worry if they disagree and fight back. They are too primitive to understand that we bring them enlightenment and liberation from their useless traditions and superstitions. The journey to the planet on the opposite side of the galaxy. I thought it was on the opposite side of the universe. Get your shit straight. Might take a while, but you are not going to waste this time. While your body comfortably rests in a cryo chamber, your mind will be synchronized with MainNet, a supercomputer designed to make you an algorithmically perfect soldier. That's not going to turn out well. You will feel the presence of MainNet in every neuron of your brain. You will find yourself in a simulation of a training camp indistinguishable from reality. Follow every command of this omnipotent algorithm and hone your skills and abilities to serve your destiny at your destination. By the end of your training, you will shoot like a sniper, throw grenades like an athlete, and make strategic decisions like a highly decorated general. All powerful algorithms know what is good for you better than you do. Stop listening to your evolutionarily outdated mammalian brain and let supercomputers make decisions for you. It's always right, even if it feels that it's wrong. As the most civilized, intelligent, and benevolent life form, we humans carry the burden of spreading knowledge and culture across the universe. Wow. Way to just come out there and fucking quiet part out loud that shit. How about no? Anyways, onwards. I'm not actually hating the game because of it. I'm just, wow, that's a sentence with a lot of shit that I disagree with on a fundamental level. But I think that's actually kind of the point of this game. We offered savages from planet Azar comfortable cells and barracks and stable jobs in labor camps, but they preferred to carry on living in the dirt and darkness of wild nature. It seems that they are inherently incapable of grasping the benefits of civilization. Observations of their lifestyle clearly point out the source of this problem. The entire population is addicted to a potion that causes intense hallucinations and visions. Azars claim that one swallow is enough to send you on a trip to the great beyond, a place of ultimate knowledge. Needless to say, it's a classic case of drug abuse. When you try to save these junkies by taking the potion away, they become extremely aggressive and creative in taking it back. Surprisingly, these savages, armed only with bows and spears, are capable of destroying modern military bases equipped with the latest guns and equipment, because you are not... Scientists have thoroughly examined captured Azars in every way possible. We've cut them up, opened their brains, and tested the limits of their bodies until they broke and died. Our scientists eventually came to a fascinating conclusion. This potion, which is better described as a poison, completely damages the psyche of the entire Azar species. These pathologies cannot be cured and will pass genetically to the following generation. Like cancer, which must be removed to prevent the spreading in the body, Azars must be removed from existence to prevent infecting our values. I want to swallow the potion. During the first expedition to Azar, we accidentally discovered the runes, which are used as objects of worship by the primitive alien inhabitants. The Azars were able to coax massive amounts of energy from the runes by means of religious rituals. It is impossible to measure just how much energy, since the rune output always overloaded our measuring devices. We believe the runes are remnants of super technologies of an advanced civilization that existed millions of years ago and which perished for an unknown reason. But these aboriginals, who are always high on something, are so narrow-minded that they believe the runes are magic. The knowledge of how to activate the runes has been maintained through Ozar traditions over millennia, and the true origin of the runes mutated into fairy tales. It's evident to every civilized mind that such precious artifacts rightfully belong to science and not to woo-woo shamans. Only science is capable of harnessing the transcendent goodness of this technology and putting it to the service of peace and prosperity in the universe, where humans humbly occupy the position of masters of all life forms. Humbly. So the members of the first expedition decided to confiscate all runes in the name of human superintelligence. Of course, these humans quickly grasped that the runes can also make one group of people the masters of all other people. Major disputes erupted between scientists, guards, pilots, and even the onboard computers as to who would carry the runes back home to Earth. But no one could claim possession of them. The last reports from the first expedition informed us that all expedition members were murdered. Peace-loving Ozars turned into cold-blooded assassins when the existence of their runes was threatened. They displayed maniac cruelty and transcendent strategic creativity to protect their precious artifacts. After murdering all members of the expedition, the Ozars sucked their blood, ate their guts, and sexually satisfied themselves with the rest. This is not an exaggeration or propaganda. It is a real fact, honestly conveyed for your knowledge, to evoke your rightful rage and stimulate your desire to take revenge. We are glad that you chose the right path and volunteered as a soldier for the second mission. Thank you for answering the draft. They crawl like junkies contemplating the beauty of flowers and mumble nonsense about the universal love they discovered within. Even when the effect of the poison is gone, their minds remain corrupted. Destroy those traitors as soon as you meet them. Show no pity and no mercy. You will be generously rewarded for every junkhead you slice open with your gun. Some even take the side of the enemy. They learn how to use their weapons and stand up to fight against us. For those contemplating partaking the potion, know that to do so is to sign your own death warrant. Any participation in the Ozar rituals and traditions will be met with immediate and deadly force. Of course, because we're fucking humans. If you betray your kin, we will use the immense resources used to train you to kill you. To throw that all back in our face is unforgivable and permanent stain to your legacy. For offenders that have family on Earth, they too will be released into eternal darkness through our guns. Ozar is a place of temptations to test your power of will. You will encounter hundreds of psychoactive plants and substances. Local tradition is full of nonsense about their abilities to expand your mind and transcend reality. Don't believe these empty promises. Every civilized purpose knows that the only way to expand your mind is through the installation of a brain chip. So they just finished threatening you with death. And then they say every end is a new beginning. On humanity's first journey to Ozar, we underestimated the enemy. We have learned from our mistakes. The real battle for Ozar really starts now. You are the troopers of the second wave of the attack. March forward, heroes, towards glory and wealth. Don't fear death. You will live eternally. No thank you. The runes which the Ozars worship as magic possess the secrets to ultimate power. When we capture these relics, they will open a gate to the singularity. But remember that you can't trust the other factions. They can be just as dangerous as the enemy. If they get to the runes first, they might not resist the temptation to turn their might against you and your faction. Why would you want to share absolute power with other factions when you can hold it only for yours? They would do the same if they were in your battle shoe. Decide for yourself if you want to rule or be ruled. Use cunning if it's needed and deception if necessary. Take advantage of every situation, even if it means using blood as the ink to write your name and your faction's name in the history books for future generations. Yep, that sounds like humanity. Be remembered as the greatest strategist who resurrected the ancient spirit of Machiavelli from the ashes. The factions of Machiavelli. A fragile coalition of rivals. Once all the external enemies were annihilated or conquered, society began to rot from within. A cancer of empty ambitions and self-indulgence spread faster than the speed of light. The world order, which had been built over centuries, collapsed as suddenly as the Tower of Babel. And once again, we are just quoting from that fucking video. I don't understand why they're using the map of Earth for this. Also, why Australia doesn't have a faction. Yeah, I'm honestly still kind of leaning towards pushers and movers. Machiavelli is the world's first play-and-earn open sandbox MMO with no predefined classes or playstyles. The entire concept of Machiavelli is to reward gameplay in any way you want to play without penalizing you for your choices. Start the session as an assassin tank. Stick into the situation and after your arrival, violently take control of the battlefield. You do that for a while and decide you're done being on the front lines. You swap out your setup, and just like that, you are now an AoE DPS with healing support abilities, so that the next tank you team up with can afford to be a little bit reckless with your help. There's no W in reckless. In our current industry, there are only a handful of ways to make money. 1. Microtransaction hell. Gotcha gambling exploitation, aka pay to win. 2. Pop a 30-second unskippable ad every 10 seconds. 3. An ever-increasing initial retail price, even including microtransactions. All of these systems are terrible for their own reasons. Popular freemium games riddled with microtransactions also fall prey to spam bots shilling their garbage gold farms. We don't need any of it. Machiavellic leverages the blockchain and cryptocurrency to effectively change the paradigm by offering a fair peer-to-peer marketplace where players can buy and sell their own resources and equipment for tokens, which they can cash out with their fiat currency of choice. Machiavellic earns by taking a cut of each transaction. Effectively, this means the only way forward is to make the game as fun as possible to maximize user activity. This means no predatory gotcha microtransaction gimmicks, no flooding the player with ads, and no gold farmers, because technically anybody can be a gold or resource farmer to sell in the market. You are going to have bots farming gold. 100%. Making the game fun. That's all we care about. Not to put paywalls or make you do unreasonable grinds or make you dish out thousands of dollars just so you can be the big dog for the week while the devs introduce power creep to keep you buying the next shiny toy to keep you going. The game has to actually be fun. I do agree with that. Features. Claim territories and earn income. Join epic guilds and take claim of territories. Claim territories generate taxes for the guild treasury that are shared with guild members. An incredibly wide breadth of skills to hone and master, such as cooking, potion making, weapon, armor, forging, mining, and many more. The better you become at doing something, the more valuable and useful you are to your friends, your guildmates, and the community as a whole. Be the potion master that elevates to unbeatable states. Forge armor that withstands the heaviest blows. Create weapons that can transform anything you aim them at into pink mist. And what if the aliens have green blood, man? Be legend. Wait for it. Dairy. Leave your mark. Every time a new season starts in Machiavellic, so there are seasons, okay. Top players compete not just for honor and glory that gets shouted down to the masses from the rooftops, but for unique rewards that passively generate tokens for as long as the players own them. Own parts of and earn from the game. And players buy and sell to each other in the game's central marketplace, which operates off of 1,000 marketplace shards. These shards are distributed in-game and earn 25% of the revenue of every transaction that happens in the marketplace. 500 shards can be bought, and 500 shards are owned by the guilds who control the rarest and most highly contested zones. Community-driven development. As Machiavellic develops, there will be many questions put forth to the community. Those who own Mach, either bought or earned, will have the ability to help shape the Machiavellic universe as members of the Senate. Okay, so that's their DAO. Few things in Machiavellic cannot be traded, since a character's overall experience depends entirely on the equipment they use, and nothing is off the table. Trade your favorite tank setup for someone's high damage output fighter. Weapons, armor, potions, runes, materials, gems, precious metals, anything you can find, loot, or create is tradable. Machiavellic makes its money from in-game marketplace transactions by taking a small cut when a player buys or sells something to another player. By doing so, we remove the need to include paywalls or to push players through a meat grinder to get through content without having to pay to accelerate progress. This means our only focus is on building a fun and engaging game. Beat any class at any time. Players are no longer forced to be shoehorned into any specific class. Skills and abilities are formed with a combination of the gear you use and the archetype soulstone you equip. Tanky fighter, healing assassin, anything is possible. Machiavellic is an NFT-centric game native to the Cardano chain. Strives to make the blockchain invisible for users. We break down barriers by enabling players to join through other supported blockchains and welcoming those outside the crypto world, making Machiavellic accessible to all gamers. Almost everything in the game is tradable. Most items are NFTs, things like weapons, characters, armor, and some rare collectibles and components. Some have utility outside the game, like the marketplace shards. Everything that makes the game function and interacts with others can be traded with any other player in the game to in-game currency. FGL. Gear, consumables, weapons, resources, and more. Since there are no classes and all skills and abilities are determined by the gear and payload of the character, players are essentially trade builds and styles of play. Competitive events create opportunities for rare and unique NFTs that rewards players simply for owning them. Quick example, if you're in the top 3 players at the end of the season, you will earn a unique NFT which, when stored in your inventory, will generate additional FGL for you during the next season. There's no need to do anything other than just own it. Okay. Yeah, I think we're just going to go straight for the big dog here. Alright. Execute. Do, 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 do. These unique NFTs generally have a purpose outside of passive rewards. This is because they are usually pretty potent in their own right. So even after whatever reward mechanisms they previously had have been retired, they still have inherent gameplay and rarity value by being an exceptional piece of gear that benefits you in gameplay. Oh, minigames. Okay. We make no claims that an MMO project is easy. To manage this issue, the Machiavellic team will roll out core experience minigames of the overall project in which the players engage core mechanics of the big picture game. Using this approach delivers a variety of unique benefits for players, partners like SPOs, and for the Machiavellic team. 3 core experience minigames are planned. A MOBA-style PvP arena, an Endless Waves defense simulator, a group raid dungeon. Okay. MOBA-style PvP arena will give us deep insights into how all the gear and payloads stack up in a PvP setting. We're looking to remove any overly powerful and lame unbeatable meta setup, which ultimately forces everybody to wear the same thing if they want to stand a chance of being victorious. Yo, what's good? You are muted, sir. Or do I have you muted? No, I have you muted. There we go.
I had my mic volume really low.
Oh, I also had you muted, so it wouldn't have mattered if you were maxed out.
Endless Waves Defense Simulator, hey?
Yeah.
What's this for?
The game is called Machiavellic, and if I remember correctly, I first saw
he had a thing on him that basically just...
I've seen that name go trending on Nefty.
Yeah, no, that's where I saw it, was on Nefty. And so I've just been kind of looking at the website, reading through it. It's actually, I mean, it sounds kind of potentially cool.
I mean, I'm looking at their drops page right now. Most of their packs are over $50.
Oh, never mind then. I'm out. That's just too fucking much. Like, reading it and like everything that they've built and whatnot, like, it's got a cool story to it. It's got a cool concept, and I like the way that they're tackling actually building the game. But yeah, if you're gonna fucking price the shit like that, some of us work for a living.
I mean, it looks like it has quite a bit of stuff in there, but is it artificially inflated amounts of stuff? Or is
Yeah,
it
that was the other thing.
genuine?
You got 1,000 skills and 1,000 pieces of equipment and 1,000 this and 1,000 that. How much of that is actually different?
And is it symmetrically balanced or is it asymmetrically balanced?
Yeah.
Like, does a 5 sword on race A mean a 5 sword on race B? Or because race B has 1.01 speed attack, it's actually 1% better on race B?
I think that it would definitely be somewhat asymmetric to the point where different combinations of things are definitely going to be more efficient than.
Well,
But I mean, that's just the conjecture. I haven't really seen anything definitive.
it now makes sense to me why it's so bursty on the front page of Nifty because of the high cost of the packs.
Yeah.
But even the cheapest NFT in their collection, which is a raffle ticket, is still 7 wax. This NFT raffle ticket signifies your entries into a raffle. Executing participation is straightforward. Send this token to the provided wallet address. Await results.
Yeah, I hate raffles.
Yeah, that's not even a okay, the first real token is like $20.
Yeah, no, I'm out. Wish him the best, because this does seem like a very in-depth project and a very cool game, potentially, and I hope that they're able to deliver on it. And for those who are playing it, I really hope that, something good comes of it. But yeah, that's a little too rich for my blood. That sucks.
I'm your due diligence man.
Oh yeah, no, I was doing my due diligence by reading through everything first, and then I was going to actually read the light paper before even looking at prices. So thanks for just skipping all of that for me, because I just flat can't afford it. Like, doesn't matter how good it is or not. If it's out the price range, it's out the price range. Now, I'm just about to lose my protection on Crid, and I don't know.
I like how you said you hated it, and yet you're still playing it.
Oh, yeah, no, I did, because I fucking, out of my first, 30 missions, I think I fucking succeeded once. I went to jail, 15 times. That's just some fucking bullshit. It's still terribly designed for the starting. But then once I finally stuck it out and actually leveled up and then put a point into, I got 1% better at fucking succeeding on my crimes, and then all of a sudden I'm getting 8 out of 10 that are successes, and so now I'm up to level 7 and things are actually fucking rolling. It's
should we go back in and make our way to the Underdark through her?
My mom taught me as a kid that when you start reading a book, never give up until you get at least 50 pages in. Sometimes things just start shitty, but they get a lot better. So
it's a shame that life doesn't work that way. As I approach 50, I think it's the opposite. It's like, yeah, I've had enough to read of this book.
Yeah, well, I think 50 pages worth of life is 5 years old. That's why my first suicide attempt was at 6.
It's like, I don't like this trial version. I don't want to buy the full set.
No, definitely not. 10 out of 10 do not recommend, would not pay for ever. It's like I tell my friends, if somebody ever gives you 7 Mary 3 tickets, rip them up and shoot them in the face. That person is not your friend.
Or it's like, yes, here's a timeshare. Oh my god.
You know, I used to work in timeshare resale. I also, actually, I worked on kind of both sides of it. I never sold the timeshare, but I sold the vacation packages that people would take advantage of. But, like, so you get 4 days and 3 nights in Orlando, and 3 days and 2 nights in Daytona, and a 4 day, 3 night cruise for like $300. But you have to take a 3 hour timeshare presentation.
And also, the company owns shares in all the adjacent restaurants that you'll be eating in, so we're making money that way too.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't even think about that part of it. But yeah, no, those 3 hour presentations are more like 6 hours unless you buy within the first 3 hours. And yeah, not like I've heard some pretty fucking gnarly stories about
I want
presentations.
what's his face? I want Christopher Nolan to make a movie that's just a timeshare presentation where they actively lock people in cinema.
uh,
I feel like his fans would enjoy it, but everyone else would understand the irony of the performance art that it would be.
right? Yeah, no, that was a good one. I feel like so yeah, I did the thing that got people suckered into them, and then for a while before I learned that it was a scam, I did the timeshare resale. So after they made the mistake of buying the timeshare, got suckered in by the high pressure sales, then
Yeah, it's like you paid $700 a year for this. We'll buy it off you for $50.
oh no, we wouldn't buy it off of you.
Oh,
We would charge you $1,000 or however much to list your property to try and sell it for you.
gotcha.
But you're still paying all the fees and everything while it's listed, and guess what? No one's fucking buying. So one day I turned up to work, or on my way into work, I turned into the little, business plaza, whatever, and my entire office is just surrounded by flashing blue and red. So I'm like, well, I guess those are some pens in a coffee cup that I'll never see again. Turned around and got right the fuck out of there. Treated that place like its name was Dodge.
Was that pre or post your military service?
Post-military, pre-kids.
Gotcha. So yeah, it would have been like, nope, I don't want to be around these men.
Yeah. Honestly, pre-military... pre-military was just high school.
Oh, fair enough.
I had a few jobs while I was in school. Hungry Howie's, that lasted for not very long. A&W, that one didn't last long, but that was because I got that job right before we moved.
Yeah.
And the commute from Florida to Detroit is just not worth it.
Definitely not.
I was at my first job. I think I told you about. I was the little fucking gopher bitch and refill or whatnot. It was under the table at a fucking Haji Mart, and that one was actually pretty cool. I was there for. I was there probably about a year and a half, I think. From the time I got the job up until I was legal to work somewhere else. And then once we got down to Florida, I did the Hungry Howie's thing. But yeah, the very, had been there for probably 20 minutes. They had me answer the phone. And it was a good thing it was somebody that I knew, because I had never answered a phone professionally before. So I just, hello.
And it was actually somebody I knew from church calling to order a pizza. And then like half an hour later, pizza came out the oven, and I just grabbed the fucking the pan.
Yep. Barehanded.
Barehand, yeah, exactly. Oh, and then this, that's right. I was there for one day. Because then after I did that, which I'll admit I was stupid as fuck for doing that. But then the manager comes up and he's like, "Here, stick your hand in this," and he hands me a 6-pan of butter.
Thank you. Sorry.
What?
I'm like, even I know better than that. What the fuck, dude? Fucking
Um,
put butter on a pern.
like, my sister-in-law's partner is like, "Oh, you burnt yourself? Run it under warm water and then slowly transition that warm water to cold." And he's a chef for any reference. That's what he does with every single one of his burns. But simultaneously, he'll just attack a pan straight out of the oven with his hands because he's burnt out those pain receptors.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, like, I'll see Chef do some shit. Actually, yesterday, he was making some ramen for his daughter, and something got in there, and like he hadn't put any food into the pan yet. It was just boiling the water, and at first I didn't even realize it was water because I didn't know he was making ramen. I thought he just had a pan of oil on the stove, and there was something floating in it, and he's just picking in it with not even fucking gloved fingers, just fingers, and he's just like.
Yeah.
And trying to get it. And after 4 or 5 attempts, I'm just like, dude, you're fucking insane for even attempting that. And he was like, oh, it's not at a hard boil yet. I can clearly see that shit is boiling. It might not be hard boiling and trying to fucking come out the pan, but you're getting sizable bubbles the entire circumference of the fucking pan. Like, that shit is clearly boiling. And you're reaching in there with your bare fucking fingers. Like, I do not have chef hands like that. I mean, I've got a lot more heat resistance than the average person, but I have no desire to get to that level.
It's like not even the whole "do you even lift, bro?" It's like, do you even dip your hands in boiling oil, bro?
Right? Like, no thank you. I'm the opposite end of that spectrum. I'm the guy that actually enjoys, you know... The biggest thing I miss about our old apartment is having a fucking pool. Because I never used it during the summer when everyone else was out there and then people going fucking crazy and everyone's swimming. No. As soon as fucking October rolled around, ain't nobody in that pool. I am in there every fucking day. Just fucking wake up, go down, dive in. Dive in or flip in, one or the other. But, like, yeah.
It's your Norwegian ice bath.
Exactly.
Except in America.
Like, fucking, and it's, you know, sit in there for fucking 10, 15 minutes, and oh my god, those were my best days. Like, starting out your day like that, oh, the first fucking minute sucks ass. It doesn't take you too long to adjust to it, and then it's just, alright, it's a little chilly.
I can't even stand a cold shower, even when I'm prepared for it.
I tend to do cold showers too, or not cold showers, but like, you know how when you turn it on, typically takes a minute for the hot water to get up to the top and get. I like to. I don't always do it. Like tonight, I didn't. I was feeling like shit. Sometimes I'll just wait for the water to heat up, but a lot of times I'll turn it on, get straight in, and just like discipline. You stand here, fucking wait.
No, chaotic neutral is walking in, then turning it on.
That one too. And then at the end, a lot of times after I've, you know, because I'll continuously turn it up throughout the shower as well. Like you get a nice warm going, and then just keep turning it up throughout the shower to the point where I'm like standing in fucking the scalding water that's like
in steam. Yep, yeah. I do the same thing. I just have it on,
before
and
I
I'm
get
like,
out, I turn it all the way back to cold.
Then I'm like, does it hurt to stand in? No, it needs to be hotter.
Oh yeah, I told Sharn about this, but I don't think you know about this yet. I have to go get it. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't watched the thingy yet.
Good.
I should probably do that.
So you remember how, like we've talked about hot sauces and shit before. My whole line is that I'm not about just hot for hot's sake. It's got to be flavorful.
Mhm.
It's got to taste good.
Yep.
This was in my stocking. It's called Frostbite by K. Johns, which, number one,
Good name.
K. Johns is a great name. I fucking love it. The ingredients here: vinegar, water, capsicum. Frostbite adds heat without changing the flavor or color.
Ooh.
It is just hot. And it works pretty good. It's not crazy hot, but it's definitely got some kick to it. Because, like, the other day, I was having some soup with Rebecca because she was not feeling very good. And I was eating it, and I was like, yeah, no, this is really tasty, but I want to clear my sinuses. I was like, I'm going to... She's like, you haven't used any of that a couple of days before. She's like, you haven't used any of that. It's like, it really needs the right thing because, like, I'm all about the flavor. But I was like, no, your soup is fucking delicious. And, I mean, it feels great on my throat. And I want to clear my sinuses. So I dumped way too much of the bottle.
It's like every time I feel like I'm getting a little bit of a sniffle, I just go and grab a packet of those Korean 2X or 3X noodles.
Right?
Just
No, you're not.
down that. And then I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, it's kind of like back in the day when I was less sober-minded. My response to the faintest tickle was, all right, I'm going to go get a bottle of NyQuil.
And yep, I remember you saying this, and you're just gonna down it and wake up in 3 days, and you'll be fine.
Exactly. Feel fucking great. What can I say? It works.
Like as a kid, I don't know what Demazin, like the cough medicine, the liquid one. I fucking love the taste of that as a kid, and it wasn't until I was very much older. Someone was like, "Hey, have you tried a Dr Pepper?" I'm like, "No." Try a Dr Pepper, and I'm like, "Oh my god, this is just Demazin."
Yeah, I'm not familiar with a medicine that tastes like Dr Pepper.
Yeah, it was just like a liquid, like cold and flu thing for kids, not like a cough medicine that like provokes coughing, just like a general, just liquefied fucking what's the shit that they make speed out of that's in cough medicine? That stuff.
Ephedrine.
Yeah, that one. Pseudoephedrine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just liquefied that for kids. And as an adult, the first time I tried Dr. Pepper, I'm like, huh.
I know
This
what their
reminds me of
secret
my
ingredient is.
This reminds me of my childhood. I can never drink Dr. Pepper again because then I'll want to go and scull bottles of Demazin.
Well, Mr. Pibb is Dr. Pepper, so I can save you that one.
Yeah,
Although I don't
you
think
can get
Mr. Pibb exists anymore. They changed the name to Pibb Extreme.
now. Pib, is that just PB as in the elemental symbol for lead?
No, PIBB, although it would be so much funnier if it was. Yeah, I'm still wondering how to get crid, but I have not had a chance to actually talk to Kevin since he started us on this.
Well, I didn't actually get into that one. I spent like 20 wax on NFT battle miners.
Oh yeah?
And my clone is currently exploring level 72 of the hot mine.
Cool. I am on level 40 of the Apersian hot mine.
Yeah, all of my equipment is currently broken though, because I stupidly selected 50 levels.
Yeah, I see. I did 50 level, and all my shit broke, and it took I think it took like 2 days. I did a 200, and I got through like 70 levels of it in like 4 days. And he was like, "Yeah, no. If you did 200, you need to terminate the mission." I was like, "Oh, okay." You said never terminate the mission, so I'm not. But then he told me to do like the 50 with the stealth mode. So that's actually been working real nice for me because it goes a lot quicker. I die a lot less.
What have I got? I've got. What did I set it as? I set it as 50 in hunter mode.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you're gaining XP a lot faster then.
Yeah, and I've been dumping all my XP into speed because I figure that's going to be the most efficient way to clear levels quicker.
Usually is, yeah. I don't think I've actually spent anything yet.
You can just
And I've upgraded a few of the things in the ship. So I've got level 2 cloning station, level 3 workshop, level 2 chemistry set, which doesn't seem to do very much. Level 3 storage, level 2 multi-station, haven't touched the molecular printer. Level 2 compressor for molecular and material, and the market's at level 3. You can buy the individual resources that you can't actually get from the market for the in-game currency that you earn. The market's the one that's like the price tag icon.
Oh yeah, I did try and put this shit in, but I couldn't. So how do I actually select it or use it?
So is your clone off on a mission at the moment?
Yes.
Okay, so you can't change equipment while he's on a mission.
No, I mean skills. Sorry, I think I found it though.
Oh, skills. Clone has new skill points on the right hand side from the character thing. But the skill tree's pretty shitty from an interface perspective because unclear.
Yeah, because
Which path you're going down. I went down the middle one to give me extra health and speed. Because the one on the left is extra speed and extra accuracy. And I can't remember what the one on the other side was.
Yeah, my problem was that because I'm on the
the other one added evasion.
The laptop, I couldn't actually see the unlock skill button. So I literally I got all 3 of the speed ones, the first tier speed ones.
Yeah, I just went straight down the middle and went all the health ones. The speed and health, that is.
Gotcha. And then, like, right now, actually, I'm halfway tempted to terminate the mission because my bag is full.
Yeah, so you're not going to be getting anything else. I'm not at that point yet. I'm at 17 of 25.
How'd you upgrade to 25?
I got it as a random drop. But if you upgrade the workshop, you can take 2 of the standard ones and combine them with some of the other items to upgrade to the 25 one. But some of those items I don't think will be unlocked until like the character level is like level 20 and you're like at the 3rd or 4th mission on the planet.
What level are you?
7.
All right, I'm level 5. So I'm not too far behind you for being free to play.
No.
I guess technically not free to play. I did put 3 wax into it.
I put 18 in, so I think I've just gone with the thing. But even still, 18's like 2 days of my wax staking rewards. It's like nothing.
Whereas,
It's like
yeah,
it's like less than $2.
is probably my entire wax staking rewards, like for this entire time. But yeah, I really have not looked into anything else.
No.
I've just been running missions and letting it go because I would feel like fuck it, I'll just wait for him to get up.
And you should also continue claiming the tasks and the stuff from the season rewards as well. Because you've got the free battle pass, don't you?
Yes.
I do not. So I've completed 19 tasks. But if I had the battle pass, I would have had a better gun, more resources, a shop ticket, a active card war pack, a card piece, 10 bandages. You see, it might be worth seeing how many rewards I get up to the end of the season and then buy the pass at the end of the season if I feel like I've gotten enough out of it.
Right.
Sort of do that opportunistically as opposed to preemptively. Because it ends at like 175. But the stuff towards the end of the battle pass looks like it's limited in number. So I guess there's the incentive for trying to get it early. And then there's the other rewards. Receive 2x more tokens when you sell and dismantle. Get full price when you dismantle items. Reduce damage to equipment when clone has to recover. Double the size of the token stacks. Yeah, it's like the stupid mobile free-to-play model. It's just a gacha game, but space sim.
Yeah. I mean, it's got potential, but it's not exciting.
No, but it keeps making me want to come back and click because number go up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got to refill my fucking liquidity pool.
Oh yeah, I should check to see if any of the Girl Bake Club stuff sold because the new set came out the other day. Well, before I do that, I was going to go look and see whether or not I could buy the better quality pedal for my piano.
Also, drop me that link for the new set.
Will do. I called it Baked Delusions.
Ha, nice.
Because it's the animated set. I just put it in the Twitch chat. And it's certainly not safe for Twitch, the preview. Not safe for broadcast, might I say. Input-output terminals.
So today I was at fucking 41 hours and change when I clocked in.
Damn. That's a full-time job, sir.
Yeah, and next week I might actually be working 6 days. Because we looks like we lost Ricky.
The new kid? Or the kid that you were fighting with initially?
Not fighting initially. He's the one that gave me the knife. But he is the one that we did have some problems. We resolved them and whatnot. But he's been having problems with his hands.
Ah.
And it cannot really work safely.
Gotcha.
And so, I mean, he's still, he's a good guy. He's a good worker. So, if and when things get resolved, I'm sure he would be welcome back. But at the moment, it's looking like it's just me and Chef. And so he reached out to the other person that we do have online like 2 days a week. She's in school. She might be able to cover Thursday, but I might be working Thursday.
Gotcha. There's a little bit of silliness about the title of the product in this link, considering it's a pedal for a piano. And the statement for it is heavy duty metal sustained pedal. It's referring to the manner of its construction as opposed to the genre of its music.
Yeah,
it just amused me.
I dig it.
But I need to then check whether or not it's actually compatible with my piano, because they don't give a list of all the models it's compatible with. And on the page for the piano itself, maybe I could find the manual.
What is your piano?
I'll find you a link.
Because it does specify right here under the price for Casio keyboards and digital pianos, including the CTS, CTX, PXS, CDP, and CDPS ranges.
Yeah, it is a CDP one.
Then I think you're good.
Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah, CDP S1106
110.
BK?
110.
Oh, 11T BK. Okay. Looking at the link, I couldn't see if it was a 6 or a B.
I do like the illustrations. So they've got, not the illustrations, sorry, the photos they've got on the product page of the piano. They've got a guy playing it when it's not even plugged in.
To be fair, it doesn't have to be plugged in to practice your finger work.
True. But it's a hell of a lot easier to understand if you're doing the right thing if it is.
True. This one here?
Yeah, just waiting for it to come up on the Twitch stream because the delay.
Oh no, that one there, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'll just finish matching things down and that.
Yeah, one of our dishwashers actually, I want to say maybe a week and a half ago, was saying that he found like a fucking $450 keyboard just out on the street, like for trash pickup. Took it home.
Yeah.
And, he didn't have the plug-in for it or anything, but it had a battery option. He said he had to go out and buy, or no, he didn't go out and buy. He door-dashed 9 AA batteries, and boom. Now he's got a $450 keyboard, and he's already a guitarist, so
yep.
like he's understands
easy to go from one to the other.
Yeah. And he was like, now I have something else that I can play, very quickly and easily, and like fucking awesome. It's like, you fucking bastard. Why couldn't I have found that?
The thing that is like really intriguing me about learning the piano, it's like I've just learnt about slurs.
Wait,
which
you just learned about slurs? What does that have to do with piano?
Yeah, I know, right? It's not slurs as in the insults or the things you mutter under your breath, but a certain way of playing notes in succession.
Oh, okay.
Where you sort of keep playing the prior note as you're playing the following note, so it sounds like you're slurring your speech.
Okay.
Except you're slurring the notes together. And And
That's actually
like,
something that I do a lot. Now, I don't play piano, but like when I'm fucking around with like beat making programs and shit like that, where there's a piano roll, that is
yeah,
something that I do a lot of.
yeah. Um,
Like
but I didn't.
have one note that is like a whole bar worth, and then I'm playing other shit all the way throughout that bar.
Yeah. Um, but the weird thing about it is that I've learnt more about playing guitar in the time I've done piano than probably the 2 years where I was trying to teach myself guitar when I was in high school.
Makes sense.
Just in terms of like the whole, oh, okay, because everything that's like on the piano sheet music, I'm trying to equate with how would it be done on a guitar, because I don't know, it just feels more visual than just fingers doing really minute movements. Like the strumming hand
Yeah.
is like a lot more obvious in terms of how it impacts the dynamics of the sound. But I also learnt about Ritz today, which is like where you increase or decrease the loudness of what you're playing by because like the acoustics of the piano are that the lower notes will always resonate longer than the shorter notes. So the key to like really smooth playing, I was told today, was to play the lower notes more softly and to like modulate the play of the lower notes and the higher notes so that they like really smoothly blend into one another. So you're keeping it at a static volume.
That actually makes a lot of sense on a piano. Is it the same on a keyboard?
Well, a keyboard will either have just on or off for its key signal, whereas I've got a digital piano, so it's got the weighted keys and like the analog thing. So if I hit my digital piano really hard, it'll be really loud. But if I hit it really softly, it'll be really soft. So makes sense on a acoustic, like real boy piano, but on a keyboard you probably wouldn't get that, but on a specific digital piano you would.
Fair. I was just thinking of the because the reasoning behind that would just be that the string on the lower notes is vibrating at a lower wavelength, and therefore can go longer because there's not
as much tension on it.
Yeah. So I guess it's something that would have to be artificially added in on the digital piano. And I guess I just didn't really catch the difference between digital piano and keyboard. That also made a lot of sense once you said it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think the distinction is the digital piano has every key with like a potentiometer or something to measure the force of impact, whereas a keyboard is just an on and off switch.
And there you don't have to worry so much about hitting things harder or softer to modulate because it's all evened out anyways.
Yeah. But it's the same on a guitar. The top string will resonate a lot longer because it's thicker and, is tuned to lower pitch anyway. So yeah, you could apply that same sort of. I think he called it expression, like play with expression. You can apply that same sort of expression to any instrument.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I'm like learning heaps about just how music is put together by learning.
Yeah, honestly, I think if you want to learn music, the piano is hands down the best instrument.
I don't know. It's a violin. Because then you can have the world's smallest violin and play that little tune.
Yeah, it's funny because everyone always talks about the world's smallest violin playing your sad song, and you know what well, you know what this is? This right here. This right here is 10,000 pounds of highly compressed I don't give a fuck about your little violin, okay?
You could probably give it to
I started watching Monty Python's Flying Circus because I'd never watched all the episodes in succession.
Okay.
And I can't remember if it was Monty Python's Flying Circus or something else. It was the guy that had put together a mouse organ where he had tuned mice to like scream at a certain frequency every time he hit them. And he just starts hitting the mice with hammers.
Probably easier to move, but not gonna last as long.
No, no.
Yeah.
Okay, so that pedal will be compatible with my piano. So now let's search Google because clearly the Casio website's going to be mega overpriced. And it looks like almost every retailer has it the same price because it's a pretty fucking niche item.
MSRP is a bitch. Bitch.
Wait, why are you $50?
Because it's just the pedal. It doesn't have the base of the pedal, let alone the cord to hook it in.
Oh no, it's a generic knockoff. It's not as good of a quality.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can get away with that. I have a feeling that this is one of those parts that does not fall under that.
Yeah, no. Like the piano that the dude has got is like a upright. God, even the shitty like the pedal that my piano came with, you know those shitty pedals that you get with basic ass sewing machines? It's about the same
Okay.
level of quality.
Gotcha. I don't actually even really know what the pedal is for.
Oh, it's like a sustain pedal. So just like on a guitar, you'd stomp the sustain pedal and it would make the note ring out longer. There's 3 pedals on the piano. That is the main one. I don't know what the other 2 do yet.
Gotcha.
But my piano is only compatible with the 1 pedal, so I won't find out for a long time, I don't think.
Or at least it won't matter.
Yeah, it won't matter to my home play. Oh, there's a place that's local. And they have it in stock. Where are these guys? Ooh, and they have sheet music too. I think I just found somewhere to go after my dentist appointment tomorrow.
Nice.
If I have any money left.
Sure. Yeah.
Why is there 2 books that are the same but different price?
In the Grove.
One of them has a forward.
Cool.
Well, they have different covers, but they're otherwise identical.
Ooh.
Mind just blown. Pocket piano chord dictionary. 1,300 chords. And I'm like, oh, no, that's not possible. Then I'm like, hang on a minute. There's 88 keys. 88 to the power of 10, which is the number of figures you could possibly play. I'm like, that's a lot.
Yeah. Although, if you could actually manage to get, 1 and 20 and 40 and 88.
And call me back.
Yeah.
Congrats. You made your wife very happy.
Okay. Now, where the hell is this place?
My new hoodie
Our
came in
stores.
today. I'm pretty excited
Melbourne,
about that.
Brisbane, Perth, Sydney. Wait, so did you not just say on Google that you had somewhere in Adelaide? Door Park. That's in Adelaide, is it not? Unless there's a Door Park somewhere else.
I want to
Well,
get
I guess that's not a place that I'm going because that's like a 7-hour drive.
Slight difference there.
Hang on a minute. There's this British place that has it for £29. What's £29 in AUD? $55. That's a fucking bargain.
Nice. Yeah, just do the store then.
Oh, that's a different pedal.
Oh no, and Pinter, wherever she is.
I was like, okay, cool. This one's cheaper and it looks the same. And I'm like, but that's a completely different plug. Where's that shopping link on Google?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I have not been training this entire time. I was wondering what energy was fucking used for.
Oh, hey, the one of the brands that I like that does a whole bunch of camera stuff does a piano pedal.
Cool.
Alright, what's his name? There is him. See what it's up this. Yeah, right.
Yeah. And it could be here as soon as Wednesday, and it's only $28. Do you have a compatibility list?
Oh, you don't like my best drenched in blood. Oh, blood.
But it's made of plastic.
He was like,
Skill level, beginner.
It's all, so I'm gonna do a clean. Why? Because I can. No, just create water.
Okay.
There we go.
I think I should just buy the freaking official one because the build quality looks way better. Ever since Crystal gave me those like handful of Magic the Gathering cards, I'm getting so many. You should buy Magic the Gathering card things on Amazon. And I'm like, no, thank you. But a certain part of me is like, yeah, I want to do the DGen pack rips.
Don't buy packs, buy singles.
I know. I know.
Multiple reasons on that one. Not just that tearing packs is terrible, but also because buying packs is money for Hasbro. Buying singles is money for players.
Sometimes.
And money for game stores.
Yeah.
Well, there is a game store within walking distance of our place now. There's actually two. There's one in the shopping center, which specializes mainly in board games. And then there's one across the road from the shopping center that does board games and also hosts like D&D nights, Magic nights, Yu-Gi-Oh nights, Pokemon nights, all that sort of shit.
Cool.
And the funny thing about it is it's right next door to a gym. It's like you could not have a bigger juxtaposition of people. And non-ironically, it's right next to like a loan broker. So it's like loan broker, magic shop, gym. I feel like that's a natural progression. You go to the magic shop, then you go to the loan broker, then you go back to the magic shop. Then you realize that you're wasting your time, and then you go to the gym. And then just down the road from there is a KFC. So then you go there, and then you return to the magic shop.
On top of the pillar, baby Sylvanus. Sacrifices in his name.
Oh, speaking of praising things, did you know if you steal the idol from the druids, you get a +1 to nature and a +1 to animal handling as an aura?
Yeah.
Doing it. I'm going to do it.
Oh, yeah. So how'd you die in your hardcore mode?
To a forge golem. So you get to this point in the game where you go to forge some mithril weapon in an ancient forge below like a Dwagar sort of village. And it's optional content. Like you don't need it to do anything. And the weapon that you get isn't even really that good, but it's pretty good. So yeah, I went around and took my team down, but on this hardcore mode, it has an additional defense mechanism where once it takes a certain amount of damage, it gains temporary hit points. And then when it loses those temporary hit points, it does a wave of thunder damage to everyone in the vicinity. Except that is not made opaque to you. It also has additional movement speed in the higher difficulty. So it wrecked me because the way you kill this thing, because it's got like 500 HP at your level 6 when you sort of are ideal to go fight this thing, and it has 450 health and it is immune to slashing, resistant to piercing. It's vulnerable to bludgeoning. So you need to get up close and personal with hammers to like do real damage. But then there's like the forge hammer in the middle of this arena. And the idea for you to defeat it is basically you attack it, which then gives you a debuff called Prime Target, and then it will only target that particular character. And then the idea is you kite it onto this forge hammer, and then you pull the lever to bring down the forge hammer and like take away half of its HP, and you do 2 hits and it's done. But it has a cooldown period of like 2 or 3 turns where the forge hammer has to go back up and whatnot. The problem was I went into this fight without any healing potions in my inventories.
Oh yeah, that'll get
So
you.
I only had 4 level 1 spell slots of like healing word and 2 level 2 slots because I used bless at level 2 on all my characters from my cleric. And I didn't expect it to. Well, I didn't expect to get a reaction on an attack of opportunity when it moved away to go attack somebody else in my team, because I sort of had one person that was like the bait, but I had another person that had a bludgeoning weapon that was like all up in its face. So she died almost immediately, and she was my fighter. Then the person who was the bait instantly died, so I was left with my cleric and my ranger. So my cleric was like, okay, I can do a healing word to get you back up, and then I can do a Misty Step scroll to go over here and do like a cure wounds to get you back up. But then it was like a cascading failure from that point where it's like, I can't keep up, and I should have attempted escape at that point, but I didn't. So when it was just my wizard left, I was like, okay, let me look through my inventory and see what scrolls I have. I had Dimension Door, so I'm like, I can use Dimension Door to get like out, because it was sort of like an arena style battle, but there was like a tiny ledge that went back to where you descended down into the arena. I'm like, I can use Dimension Door to go up there. It's like, you cannot see this place. I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, okay, do I have a scroll of fly? Can I just fly up there? Didn't have a scroll of fly. Didn't have fly prepared. I'm like, okay, I've got a scroll of gaseous form. I'm going to convert to a gaseous form and fly up there. And I almost fucking made it, but I didn't even die to the actual boss. I died to like one of his crony methods. And I was like, damn it. It was sad and dramatic. But at the same time, I'm now keen to start it again on honor mode. And what I did learn though is that like Minion Master Ranger in Baldur's Gate 3, it can be very powerful, but a cleric or a necromancer wizard can have way more minions.
Yeah.
Which is kind of silly. So I'm thinking I might try doing a cleric that then branches into a necromancy wizard.
Honestly, I mean, I don't know the 5e rules all that well, and I definitely don't know the Baldur's Gate, but it's kind of well established throughout the history of D&D that clerics actually are hands down the best necromancers.
Yeah.
Like necromancy wizards versus necromancy clerics, there's just not even a contest.
Because the necromancy wizard gets a feat or a class feature, I think it was, that lets him have multiple skeletons summoned. The only problem is you need corpses, and there is not an ample supply of corpses in the game unless you create them from killing people.
Yep. I mean, it's definitely a lot more difficult to raise dead when there are no dead.
Although there is a camp mechanic where you can like go to camp and you can pick up dead bodies. So you could just hoard dead bodies by having like a really tanky fighter. Just carry some bodies around and just drop them and then use them to raise the dead. That is a way around it.
I mean, that is definitely technically possible.
You can do it in the game. You can carry corpses. Just shove them in your pack. And there is a section where there's a lot of children that die in Baldur's Gate 3, so you could literally carry around the children's corpses, which don't weigh as much. You can do some fucked up things in Baldur's Gate 3. It's great. Like, it's really got a lot of freedom.
Have you wanted to attempt anything that you could do in a tabletop environment that you couldn't do in BG3?
You can't sort of do things like there's one thing that the enemies combatants can do that I don't think I can do, or at least I haven't had a class that can do it, which is like when you go invisible, they spend a bonus action trying to detect your presence because they're like, I saw this motherfucker, now he's not there, where is he? But every class that I've encountered, whether it's a fucking wolf or a spider or a rogue or a druid or a wizard, they all seem to have this ability, but as a player character, you do not have that ability in combat. Like to detect presence. The other thing that you can't do is, you can to some extent, is like pre-battle preparation. So you can dip your weapons in like acid or fire or whatever to get additional damage.
Okay.
But that then doesn't have any influence on the durability of the weapon. There's another thing that D&D combat has that it's not like reactions, it's dodge. You can't dodge. Like you can't go, I'm going to try and dodge that attack. All right, do a acrobatics check. You can't like make a dodge check against any attack. I'm sure there's a feat that gives you the ability to do so, but by default in D&D every character has the ability to do that. So there's some like core D&D features that are definitely missing. But having said that, none of the previous like computer D&D games had those features either.
True. I was just asking because like that's kind of why I've never gotten into any D&D games really, is because not because they're not good games, just because they're not D&D. Like
yeah, they're not. They don't have all the mechanics implemented. They've got the best mechanics.
It's like the whole thing about D&D is that you can try any fucking thing you want to, and it's just a limitation of a video game, is that it is coded. It doesn't matter if it's 275 million lines of code. There's still a limit to what can be expressed within that code, and therefore there are things you cannot do or even attempt to do that you may wish to.
Yeah.
Like that's just like I loved I'm thinking Neverwinter Nights.
Yeah, that was the game I was going to bring up.
Like it was
amazing
a great game, but it's not D&D. It's got a very D&D storyline, and it's got D&D elements, and like, but it's not D&D.
Oh.
Yeah, it was such a good setting. Arabeth was one of my favorite like characters in a game ever.
And that's the other thing. There's fucking all the same characters and shit. Like, no, that is absolutely not D&D. It like,
yeah. But the way in which she turned through the story, like I felt genuine contempt for the turn of that character because she was such a powerful element of your own party. to then become the antagonist was kind of like, you gone and get me emotionally invested in a character. Now you turn her on me. Fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah. The worst one like that for me was Aerith in FF7 though.
Yeah.
Hands down. Like when he
to
drove that sword through her heart, it went through mine. Because
Yeah,
and my first playthrough, when that scene happened, she was probably 5, 6, maybe 7 levels above the rest of the party because I was just like, oh my god, this chick is fucking amazing.
yeah.
And so, like, I worked her hard. She was never, from the moment I got her, there were times when Cloud wasn't in my party, but there was never a moment where Aerith wasn't.
The Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 is coming out in Feb. And it's going to probably have that moment in there, and I can't wait to get my heart ripped out again.
I can't wait to get my heart ripped out again.
And hopefully by the time I finish that game, I will know how to play her theme in its entirety on the piano.
Oh, that's good. That's a good goal.
I know bits of it, like the first few bars, but I haven't played it in a long while because I've been focusing on that the prelude song, like the menu music.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And you're probably better served by focusing on one.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, even though the prelude seems very simple, he's like, knock this out of the park, and then you'll probably be able to play any other song in this book. Yeah. I'm like, really? Because this stuff looks way more complicated. And he's like, no, just wait. Just wait. Because there's one part where it's got like the arpeggios on one hand, then chords being played immediately above the thing. So it's like you're playing like 5 notes, then you're playing a chord like right in front of your hand where you're playing those 5 notes. Then you move up and then you play a chord right below with the other hand. And I'm like, right, okay.
Yeah, that's I can see how that's a bit of a mind fuck.
Yeah. So he's like, once you get that, you're going to be fine with the other stuff. I'm like, okay.
Almost.
Which reminds me, this fucking pedal. Like, he did say that. Like, he opened his drawer at his little studio and he's like, I can help you with a pedal. Here's a pedal. I'm like, that's a slightly better version of the one I've got at home.
And they don't make like a triple pedal?
They do, but it's not compatible with my piano.
So yours can only use the sustain one and not the others.
Yep.
Gotcha.
But I can always plug my piano into my.
Have the lines of code.
No, but I can plug my piano into my computer and use software to emulate those other pedals with buttons.
Gotcha.
I wonder if I could use like plug it into my computer, but then use my like my sim racing steering wheel pedals as the 3 pedals of the piano.
Probably. Might require some finagling and figuring out, but
because that would be hilarious.
Be like
because it's just a potentiometer to measure like the whatchamacallit, like an analog version of the input.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I see what you're saying. Like, yeah, it's definitely gonna be the same kind of motion shit. Like, I think it'd be really just the coding.
Yeah, and the ergonomics are completely different.
Well, yeah, that too. But like, I mean, it's definitely possible to actually use like your computer keyboard as a keyboard.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure that the reverse is also possible.
Because I think it was like the third or second night that I got it. I downloaded a piece of software, plugged a piano into the computer. The only thing that stopped me from continuing to leave it in is desk space. Like my desk is already pretty deep, but because I've got my laptop there, my keyboard for typing, I can't fit everything on the one desk. Otherwise, I'd have my piano on my computer desk.
Yeah, gotcha. Howdy, Walk. Welcome, welcome. How you doing tonight, my friend?
I wonder if he's going to say hello, sir, to you many times because he's come into my stream and been like, hello, sir. And I'm like, I'm not going to get angry like Rick did that one time.
I don't actually get angry at sir. I just joke.
I know, but it's funny. It became an in joke for a few days.
What? You left?
I think I'm going to go to the second-hand shop tomorrow that's near where the dentist is and see if I can find a $450 thing for not $450 and then be like, hey, Rick, guess what I found?
Yeah. I'm not even dignifying that one with a response.
As long as you roll above what, a 2, 3? Yes.
Oh, I think this is what he was telling me about.
He is allowed to call me that because he gave me a
Yep.
land for Christmas.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. I remember that moment.
I'll allow it. So what have you been playing lately, Walk?
He's been playing the heartstrings.
True. But that's nothing new.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, February 29th, I think, is when the part 2 of the Final Fantasy VII remake comes out. And yeah, I've got it pre-ordered.
You have one of those this year, huh?
Yeah. But yeah, remake part 1 was pretty fucking good as well. It was worth the money just to like experience that soundtrack being remastered.
Yeah, I've not played it. Will it potato?
No.
No, I didn't.
Not
think
on
so.
your current potato.
No, I didn't think so.
But it's really well optimized on PC. It runs on the Steam Deck, the handheld, pretty well.
Cool. We
Um,
might have a small-ish upgrade coming before too long. Mrs.
Yeah.
on the Mountain might be getting her new computer, and so I
Mhm.
might be able to, once she's done upgrading everything and all of that crap, I might be able to somehow like use hers to actually run the stream so that I can use mine.
to do other things, yeah.
Yeah, well, like, because I'm sure there's a way that I can run the stream on hers, but I have it actually be streaming from mine, right? Like, kind of like we're doing
Yeah.
for D&D with Kevin doing the StreamYards.
Yeah, you can get a device, HDMI, USB.
Yeah.
You can get something like this. I'll just link it. It's like off the Australian Amazon site, but it's probably equivalents on US Amazon, where you basically, this one doesn't have pass through though. You'd probably want one that's got pass through, where it's got a HDMI input and then a loop back to output again. And what you do is you plug your monitor that you want to display into this device, then plug this device into the computer. Then you run another cable out of a device like this that's got 2 ports on it. And then it shows it on your monitor full screen while also being ingested by OBS as a USB video input device on the other computer. So one computer is in charge of doing the actual broadcasting of whatever's on the screen of your other computer. Let me get you a link to one that's actually got the input and the output, because I bought a relatively cheap one.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
Like I went rescued the guy from the file, rescued the other one from the
Copy
file.
image. I'm just going to send it to you on a Discord DM. This is the one that I've got, or at least something very similar to this. Where are you? I'm just going to put it in our Whisker Whispers and see if Kevin gets annoyed by it.
He'd have to exist first.
Yeah. That I've got something that's like this.
It
The
says
one that
Mac instead of Mike. That's hilarious.
Just got
I
it.
guess
Yeah,
I'm glad that I didn't actually order the splitter yet, because I've been doing some comparisons on HDMI splitters, because I want to be able to not have to unplug
change
plug
plugs to get the projector going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So would I be able to, like, because I don't need
Nah.
to, I wouldn't need to do the loop thing on the projector. I just don't want to have to switch over to the projector.
No,
I wouldn't get a I'd get like a cheap HDMI switcher as opposed to a cable that forks. I'd get something like this. It's more versatile and probably more robust.
Talking about is an actual splitter, not a split cable.
Oh, right. Yeah. In my head, I envisioned a split cable. I'm like, that's not how HDMI works electrically.
Yeah, I didn't think that a split cable was a thing. I was just so to work that with this, I would do. So it would go. The input would come from my PC. The output would go to
The display you wanted to see the stuff on.
To the TV.
And then the USB would go into the computer that you wanted to broadcast or record from.
Okay. So it would actually be the input from the computer, the output to the splitter, to the TV and the projector.
Yeah.
And then the USB. Okay.
Yeah. Because you can have the splitter on the incoming or outgoing side of that capture device. Is a long time ago when I was like streaming that Switch game, the fitness game, that's how I was capturing it, through one of those USB things.
And I think this is actually the one that you just sent me exactly, right?
The Ugreen one?
4K, Ultra HD, USB 3.0, HDMI video capture.
Oh yeah. Like there'll be like 40 or 50 different brands of that specific thing, but they're all made in the same fucking factory. Yeah. Ribozen. I don't even remember what brand mine is. I've got it in a drawer now. But yeah, there's like 20 or 30 different brands that all use the
Jesus
same,
Christ, what
fundamentally the
the fuck is
same
this one
product.
$500?
Well, the cheap ass ones will probably just have passive electronics inside that just split the thing, whereas the more expensive ones will have active electronics in there, or maybe they come bundled with software. But yeah, I bought the cheapest one that had the USB 3 output as well as the double thing. That's probably got processing in there and actual
Okay.
things.
And then, so am I going to be better served by plugging the mic into that or into my computer?
It depends because HDMI carries audio anyway. So you can either plug your mic into the computer that you're going to use for streaming, which means you have to use that one for Discord as well. Or you can plug into the capture device. I haven't actually used the mic thing on there. Now I've got like a little desktop mixer that I just plug my mic and my headphones into. So mine's a USB interface back to my PC. But my mic is like a XLR mic, so the same stuff you'd use like on a stage or a studio.
Yeah, I just want your setup. You've got all of the toys that I want. I've always wanted a mixing board.
Mine's just a little. It's only got a headphone output, a XLR mic input, and then like a instrument jack. It's not like a proper mixing board. It's just like 2 devices only.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I primarily got it. What's it called? Scarlett Solo. I primarily got it because my sound on my computer's motherboard was like being choppy and intermittent. So I'm like, I can offload the processing from the motherboard to this device that has like dedicated electronics in it. Just sent you a link. So like on Friday when we were doing our D&D session and I was fiddling with my mic sensitivity, I wasn't doing anything in software. I was just fiddling with the microphone input knob on this device.
Nice. Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah, it's a really nice color red. And it's like a really nice metal on the outside of the enclosure as well. But yeah, with my headphones, I've never put the volume more than half on this because it's got a proper headphone amplifier in there as well. And it's like, nope, that's too loud. That hurts my face.
Versa 1300, which device you think that will hack you? I'm not sure
I don't know.
understand the question.
Are we paying $34 for a device that does exactly the same thing as a $1,300 device? If you don't have the $1,268, $1,266, sorry, wouldn't you just buy the $34 device and get hacked for $0 because you don't have the $1,300?
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I get you. I thought you were talking about a $34 for a product called a Versa 1300.
Oh yeah, definitely the one that costs $34 will hack you, but the one that costs $1,300 hacked your mind by marketing you and thinking that it was better than the $34 device. You still get fucked no matter which one you choose. But yeah, the world of computer audio interfaces is a very deep rabbit hole. I messaged my friend who's a sound engineer and asked her, "Hey, what should I get?" And she was like, "Just get one of these and then get whatever microphone is the cheapest."
Something.
I mean, that actually looks pretty fucking sweet right there.
A $239 bundle. Yeah. Like the thing that I bought came with a whole bunch of software licenses and shit. I like claim them all, but it's all for like music production software that I have no idea how to use. I just click through those images and see if it's got images of the back of that interface, because I see it clearly missing a XLR connection on the front.
Yeah, there it is. Input 2 on the back.
Yeah.
And it's even got a USB-C.
Yeah, that's how mine connects to my PC. So you remember like old school PC sound cards? This is basically that, just external.
Looking really spry for a dead guy.
And all the girlies say I'm pretty spry for a dead guy.
Rick heard what you said and he converted it into the Offspring song.
Yeah.
I'm pretty spry for a dead guy.
Hey, don't cross that line. She's under 18, you'll get locked up and do hard time. Hey, don't even play. You gotta keep her legs together. Fuck, if I'm gonna take her to work, I have to drop her off in Ada. I'm not fucking taking the car today. Fuck.
Could you do a quick service?
You seen the guy who invented the Walkman made the first analog sound system? No, I haven't seen that. I'm definitely no audiophile walk. It's just I can't really tell the difference. Like my sister-in-law has a record player and a whole bunch of vinyls and whatnot, and I think the experience of listening to music in that completely analog setting is pretty unique, and there's a certain novelty to it. But like in terms of dynamic range and shit, I couldn't tell the difference between that and a recording. Maybe it was just the speakers that they were using. But it was a nice, like, fucking Audio Technica turntable they were using.
Yeah, I can't say I'm an audiophile either. I'm just an audio fan.
Yeah. Analog music repairs your body. Like stained glass windows and pipe organs. No, because stained glass windows and pipe organs are in churches, and attending church actively harms my body.
Yeah. It's the kind of spontaneous combustion harm to the body.
I mean, I don't know about the churches of Catholicism and Christianity, because the only churches I've really been into have been Greek Orthodox churches from being brought up in that environment. But in a Greek Orthodox church, you sort of walk in through the doors, and then you got to walk in through like sort of like what I'd like to dub Candle Alley, where people light candles in tribute of the dead or whatever. So you've got all that wax fumes entering your lungs as you walk in through that little part. And then there's the fucking incense that they burn and fucking clank around with the bells and chains and all that shit. That shit definitely can't be for your lungs, because they're definitely not well ventilated buildings. And there's definitely no pipe organs in those sorts of churches, but there is like masculine Gregorian chanting.
I just always think of
Just get to go work.
Holy Grail. Donde es
Requiem. Oh, yeah, and I need to do this for you.
I didn't know it. That was an exclamation point over your head. Don't mind.
Just use my Amazon Prime free sub on you.
Ooh, thank you.
You know what else vibrates body? Fatal car crashes.
Oh, did I show you all the pictures that I took on I-4 in Whisker Whispers?
Of the ute that was on fire? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you end up taking a photo of that sign outside your restaurant about eating vegans?
Oh, fuck. No, I completely fucking forgot. I hope it's still there. Oh, wait. Actually, I might be able to... There you go.
Where am I looking?
On the stream.
It's lagging behind. Waiting for it. Oh, they put it on their Facebook page. That's brilliant.
And the post.
There we
Thank
go.
you to
Now I
whoever
can
gave
see
us
it.
the sign. We changed it a little. And let me point out, we are saying not to eat vegans. It's naughty. We do not condone cannibalism. While we kid and respect different ideologies, let's take this opportunity to recognize the great lengths this restaurant goes to in sourcing more humanely raised meat to serve our omnivores, while also offering curated vegan dishes with local, often certified organic produce that's been harvested by hand. Cheers to 2024 and coexisting in a happy new year. And she was like, I'm. She came back to the kitchen. And she was like, I'm trying to choose between it's naughty and we don't. It's naughty. We don't condone cannibalism, or it's naughty and we don't like the way they taste.
That's a great use of opportunistic marketing.
Right. People eating tasty animals. I can't like it. I'm not logged in.
Nobody wants to be logged into that. Although I'm going to go log into that and ask Crystal how her first day back at work was.
First day back at work from
the Christmas break.
Oh. Damn, Christmas break. Shit. Well, that's until January 8th? Even the kids are back in school already.
No, not here. It's like we have our long ass break in our summer, which is now. So the kids finish school December 10 or December something like that. And then they go back to school just after Australia Day, January 28th, 26th, somewhere around there.
Gotcha. Yeah, I guess it does make more sense since it is the summer break.
Yeah.
Alright, fuck all this shit. Just give me Fruity Loops. And I don't have to learn how to use something new. I just have to learn how to use the new version. Me and my brother had a fucking cracked version of Fruity Loops when that shirt first came out, and we played with that shit for hours. It was fun. We made some really good shit too.
I got Fruity Loops somewhere. He's referring to the breakfast cereal, I imagine.
Probably.
You hungry?
Yes, I am.
No, she's talking to the cat.
I know. Oh, you got the app. Cool.
Oh, cool.
That is the that and GarageBand are the best music and or sound making apps that I have experienced.
Well,
I'm not saying that there's a wide variety to compare, but
I haven't really played with it, but if I ever do like get serious about plugging my computer into my laptop, I should probably do it with my Mac because it did come with GarageBand. Hell, there's even GarageBand on the iPad.
Yep. That's actually one of the, or where I started was with my Apple journey. Ex-wife got me a refurbished iPad one year. Literally the only thing I ever used it for was GarageBand.
Yeah, I got mine to do like on-site photo stuff. But I've ended up using it way more since I got the piano, just to have sheet music on it.
Makes sense.
Because, I haven't fucking touched my camera since... Oh, shit. Because the guy that I did some weddings for has contacted me and he's like, hey, do you want to do more work? I'm like, not after you took 6 months to pay me.
Right? Amazing how that works.
June the 3rd would have been the last time I touched my camera.
Moon
It's
pick,
been
please.
June the 3rd. So way more than 6 months. Oh, 6 months and 5 days since I last touched my camera.
You want to see a picture of the moon?
Just point your Samsung phone to the sky and it'll AI generate a picture of the moon.
I don't have a Samsung phone.
I do. There was a controversy when people discovered that that's what Samsung were doing. Are you still going to be playing Baldur's Gate or are you done?
No, I'm fine.
Oh.
What?
Let's just minimize. Because we should probably do real food soon. I know you brought these out, but we should do real food soon.
Okay. Did you want to chat to your girls or did you just want to end the night?
So much to learn those settings. Yeah. Yeah. I do not know
You see,
how to do
I
settings
know.
and shit.
I know all the settings. I just don't know all the people settings. There's 4 each of those, yeah? There's 4 each of those, yeah?
What are you doing? I can't see your thing. You've got your thing on
Oh,
chat.
good. I changed over my website from my old design to my new design for my photography stuff. I didn't bother checking to see if I changed it over correctly. I just checked. I'm like, yay, it went over correctly.
So what's your camera walk? I'm sure that Steven will know what it is. I want to zoom in to the roof of the earth, see what's up there. I just want to escape the roof of the earth so I can really see what's up there. I don't care about taking a picture of it.
Unless you want to do the vents.
Vast emptiness.
You could do the Zeds follower here.
Okay.
It's more that I want to see what's not up there, i.e. humans.
Yeah. Canon? There's a lot of Canon models. There's like literally thousands of them. I don't really care what the camera is. What lens do you have? Because lenses are all that matters.
Oh yeah,
And
I guess that's
lights.
the point, huh? Or that.
Oh,
No, that's
yeah,
not
like,
true. Because you got like the fucking Canon and the
About to
Nikon, the little fucking point and shoot ones that you can't even put a lens on. Then the camera matters.
I think it's shot.
I think the camera is the limitation, right?
Yeah, the camera is your canvas fundamentally, and the lenses are your excuse me, is your stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could probably do 90% of a professional photographer's job with that camera. It's not full frame, the sensor, which is a little bit of a limitation. So with your 250mm lens, it's more like a 330mm focal length on a traditional thing. One thing that I find really amusing though, Americans, they're all about not using the metric system, but when it comes to camera stuff, how do they describe their lenses? The same way as the rest of the world, in millimeters. I get such a kick out of that.
To be fair, it's not like Americans are all anti-metric. Most of them just
Yeah, I know.
don't understand the fundamental concept of it.
Some of them have a scientific education. Yeah, you don't need a 1 meter long lens. You should discover the wonderful world of teleconverters and just stack multiple teleconverters. The only problem with that is you lose a lot of the light, so you need a fuck ton more light.
But is it a metric fuck ton?
Now I'm not exactly sure what a metric fuck ton of light would be because I'm unsure how much a single photon weighs. I started buying telescopes.
I think that so is the scientific community at large.
Yeah, that's why we need to get that cyclotron. Yeah.
Would that actually help us in weighing a photon, though?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I'm not disagreeing that we need the cyclotron.
It was a misguided hypothesis, them trying to weigh a photon on the cyclotron. It's like hiring a supercomputer to try and like solve a Sudoku puzzle.
Hey now, quantum supercomputer.
Sorry.
So, how do you feel personally about Stephen Hawking being on the Epstein list?
I don't really care.
I don't either, because I also understand that that list is not what everyone's making it out to be. Like, it's just people named in any kind of correspondence with anything. Like, there are victims on that list. There's people that
I remember
named.
Is it wisdom or intelligence?
And there are also a lot of complete and utter shit.
It's like when the Panama Papers were leaked. There was like lots of Formula One drivers on that list, and it's like, yep, they've got lots of money. They probably use the same financial institutions that money launderers do. Why am I not surprised?
I don't even know what Panama Papers you're talking about.
It was like, so I think that was one of the Julian Assange leaks. A friend of mine went down that same rabbit hole walk. They got a astrophotography camera with like specific sensors and lenses, and they were asking me for help. I'm like, dude, I know nothing about this equipment. Like, yes, it's optics, and yes, it's camera, and yes, it's photography, but I don't understand the sensor size. I don't understand like the layers of light filtration it's doing before you're capturing the image, or all I know is how to do basic ass astrophotography from my camera, not with like specialized astrophotography gear that does like fucking star tracking and shit. But yeah, I'm down to 2 cameras now because I sold one of the other ones. Actually, no, that's a lie. I've technically got 4, but 2 of them are antiques. Yeah, I've got a an old school Kodak box brownie from like 1908.
Awesome.
$1908. That's a fucking while ago.
Yeah. They're actually surprisingly affordable. I've got one of these. And the greatest thing about it is it's all mechanical. It doesn't need any electricity to do its thing. It doesn't need a battery. It's just all springs and fucking gears.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, when I was in the States, I stopped randomly at some fucking like secondhand store somewhere in Texas off the highway. It was like next to a petrol station. Went in to have a wander and they had one of these in a display cabinet. I asked them how much they wanted for it. They said $20. The money did not come out of my wallet quickly enough.
Soft down then. It's in their parent. Because I'm far away and like not all of them are showing up.
It used Type 116 roll film. Does that mean you can't get that film anymore?
You can make it. You can still manufacture it, but you can't buy it off a shelf. You just need to know some intermediate level chemistry, and you need to get like silver halide and a whole bunch of other fucking stuff.
So you make your own film too?
No, I haven't actually ever used this. There's some rips in the bellows of the one I've got, so it's not light tight. So even if I did put film in there, it probably wouldn't be a very great result.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the 3 steps. You've got your developer, your stop buff, and then your fixer. I did photography at UniWalk. I'm sure you know. I'm sure you've seen my stuff before. But in case you haven't, this is my photography website.
Yeah, I've looked through it before. That doesn't mean that I understand or know what you're talking about.
Because I learned, like, I've been using like digital cameras since I was like 6 years old. But then when I went to uni was my first real exposure with actually exposing on film and then developing by hand in the darkroom.
Yeah.
And then that enabled me to then go and use digital so much better.
Who would you like as Darren to do a sneak attack on?
It doesn't really, it doesn't really pick up the light so much as the light changes the property of the chemical structure. And then the stop buff stops the reaction to light from proceeding. And then the fixer like seals the image over the top. That's fundamentally how photography works. Is silver halide crystals darken when they're exposed to light? Well, this is how black and white photography works. I don't know how color photography works on a chemical level. Actually, it's a lie. Color photography works by basically exposing 3 different layers of film, each of them sensitive to one color of the spectrum, and then you combine those colors to then get your color image. So you use different chemicals instead of just black and white for silver halide. Oh yeah, I should update that to 2024, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
You should read the part where the secret sections at the bottom where it says time for print. In particular, the very last paragraph.
This agreement doesn't and won't stop you from taking your high-resolution digital image that I deliver and printing it out and putting it in your house. You could even put it in the house of someone you want to torment daily with your likeness. If you do this, please let me know. It will make me happy. What is time for print or TFP? We collaborate, you model, I capture your fabulousness. No money involved, just a mutual artistic exchange. Let's create art.
Yeah, nice.
What sort
believe
of
it
art
or
are
not-
you interested in creating, Stephen? Good question, Stephen. If your name is not Stephen, then read on.
What about the why do you do this for free section?
I work a corporate job that makes me hunger to be creative. I love to share this passion with others and create art. If I don't create art, I'm sad. It is difficult to create portraits when you've got no one to stand in front of your camera. I get the exhilaration of improving my photographic and lighting skills. You get the thrill of not getting murdered by a stranger from the internet. You also get some pictures delivered to you through the magic of the internet.
And I wrote all of this by hand, pre-ChatGPT.
Honestly,
It's
I don't
very
think
much in
ChatGPT
my
would actually come up with something that good.
yeah. It's very much in my own voice.
Very nice.
And what type of pizza to celebrate with together. Yeah, definitely pretty fucking hilarious. And I mean, your shots are fucking amazing.
I've got heat metal. But I've only got a 30% chance to hit. So I don't want to.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I should spend like $50 or something on like Facebook or Google advertising, see if I get any hits.
Yeah, it might be worthwhile.
I know nothing about marketing, and it scares me, to be honest. Because I'm like, what if I actually get a booking? Then I have to actually go do it.
I mean, that is how it works, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, should the sip is done.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, alright. 3 a.m. I think I'm gonna call it here.
All
Thank
good.
y'all for hanging, as always. I've been Rick. You've been on the mountain. It has been a wonderful time, and we will be back in 45 hours for New Game Tuesday. And hopefully we'll have a new game for New Game Tuesday.
Yeah. Just gaslight people into thinking it's a new game. It's called
Diablo.
Gaslight Game 1, and then the following week we'll be checking out Gaslight Game 2.
The entire time just playing fucking Heroes of Might and Magic 3.
Oh my god, don't get me started. That was a fucking outstanding game. I love that thing to bits.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it is. I definitely enjoy it.
I think your computator would actually run it.
Oh, I know it does. I've streamed it before. I haven't.
We should do a multiplayer thing at some point.
Yeah.
We'll try and figure out how that all fucking works.
Yeah. And I definitely
'Cause,
have
like,
to have the TV working.
Multiplayer, like co-op versus some AI. We'll just fucking go in there and ream the shit out of them.
Yeah.
It's been probably 10 or more years since I last played it, though.
That's fine. I mean, it's been a long time since I played it too, except for, the last couple of months where I've really only played it a couple of times. And I'll be honest, even on easy, I'm getting my ass pretty well handed to me, so.
I used to always play the Necromancers and just get that army of skeletons built up. That game made my love of Necromancers come true.
Exactly. Between that and fucking Diablo 2.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I can't.
All right.
And that's why I've been getting my ass kicked, is because I've been trying to play anything but Necromancer. Because, yeah, they're so easy. Especially once you get it all upgraded to the point where you're fucking... and by the way, a little tip that I actually learned. If you only have upgraded skeletons and you don't have room on your character, like you don't have any empty slots, then the skeletons that you get will automatically be upgraded.
Yes. Yep.
which is just insane.
And then you get like proxy heroes that ferry them back to all your other bases, and you just stack all your other bases with like endless skeleton defense.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I don't like any hero that's not an
It's like
Necromancer.
some
I
weird
don't like any team.
inhuman
Because
version.
also,
But I've
aside from the free skeletons, right?
Yeah.
The fucking royal mummies are just the best ranged units in the game.
Yeah. And the bone dragons just look cool.
So
Well,
fucking cool.
I
But yeah.
that was beautiful.
Yeah, so if I don't have a new game for Tuesday, then we'll definitely figure out how to get
Old game Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm good for it. In the meanwhile, thank you once again, and always remember to keep kicking ass, because you are fucking awesome.